Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I edit my thumbnails, and no one really requested this video, but I just felt like I'm pretty happy with where my thumbnails are at this point in my YouTube career, I guess, and I wanted to show you guys, and I've been really liking them lately, and yeah, so if you want to see how I edit my thumbnails and you like how I edit them, keep watching and watch this video the whole way through to see all the techniques and tips I have to offer. So keep watching and make sure to like and subscribe, turn on the post notifications, and follow my socials. Let's get on with this video. I got you there, didn't I? Thank you guys so much for 200 subscribers. I literally love every single one of you. I can't believe we've grown this much so far, and I can't wait to keep growing. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Let's get on with this video now. Okay, so I would just like to start by saying that not every thumbnail is the same, and I have many different thumbnails, as you can see. I'm going to be showing you how I edited my most recent thumbnail, but then again, not all of my thumbnails are the same, so I will be talking about tips and tricks and different things I've done with different thumbnails, if that makes sense. The first thing I like to start off with is just finding like a picture or a few pictures. As you can see, I'll show you my YouTube. I do a lot of thumbnails that have collages in them or have multiple pictures, not just one straight across picture, because I like how they look better, but that's up to you and your preference. So a lot of mine are split in half, where I have two pictures, or some of them have multiple pictures. As you can see, like my what I eat in a day had multiple pictures. So there are many different ways you can lay out the images, but generally I like to do collages. It really just depends on the video, but the video I'm referencing, I did do a collage. So I find my picture I want to use, and I usually take multiple pictures for the thumbnail because I like to do collages, once again, especially in a day in the life. So Alexis and I had actually taken pictures just in my front yard, and so I wanted to use that. In this part of the video, I'm going to be explaining a lot about the dimensions of a YouTube thumbnail and why they have to be certain dimensions. So if you already know this, please skip ahead to this point. When you take a photo on your iPhone, this is only for your iPhone, I really don't know about other devices, but when you take a picture on your iPhone, it's not the right dimensions that a YouTube thumbnail is. So a YouTube thumbnail dimension is 1280 by 720. I'm sorry, I forgot that for a second, but that's very important to know. If you take a picture on your iPhone, it's not going to be those dimensions. But if you take a picture from your video, because a video is 1280 by 720, then you'll have the right dimensions. But I took the photo on my iPhone and not from a picture, so I really hope that makes sense. I'll peep in if it really doesn't. So I had that picture. I knew I wanted to use that because it was so cute, but we needed another picture. So obviously it needed to be a very skinny picture. So since I had a horizontal photo where my phone was like this taking the picture, I needed a photo that was going to be vertical because there was so little space left. So I made a TikTok. It was vertical and we were standing up, so I actually just took a photo from this TikTok. And if you're wondering how I did that, I just pressed the three dots and then I pressed live photo, which will make it so it takes a picture of the photo and doesn't have like the watermark and all the TikTok symbols on it, if that makes sense. And obviously not every thumbnail I did that, but it was like a good life hack that I used. That was a long explanation of how I pick my photos, but that's really up to you guys and your videos. It just depends on what video you're filming. Now you're probably wondering how I edit it, okay? We are past how you find the pictures, Autumn. Let's go into editing. So I actually edit with Fonto. I know a lot of people have been using PicMonkey. I personally have never tried it. If I do in the future, I will definitely make a tutorial for that, but personally I have not tried it and I can't recommend it. So the app Fonto is practically where it's an app where you can put text on pictures and you can make collages like of pictures, if that makes sense. When I'm doing collages, this is only when I'm doing collages, I go to the little photo, I press plain images, and then I press black, because if you do white, it's going to blend in with the background and it's not going to be able to see it that well. You'll understand in a second. And then the little dimensions on the top of the screen, I press that because you don't want that to be the dimensions. You don't want a square for your thumbnail. Hope that makes sense. You press that. You press custom and you type in the YouTube dimensions. 1280 by 720 is the YouTube dimensions for a thumbnail. As you can see, it looks like a YouTube thumbnail that's just black. So now we have our little layout. Like that will be like our background, I guess, and that will be like our guidelines so we don't go over or we don't go less, if that makes sense. You'll understand in a second. Then, since that's your main background, you have to add images. So I add images by just pressing the three lines. I guess like my teacher used to tell me it was like pancakes. So you press the three little pancakes and you press add image. and then you go and pick the image you want. I start off by adding my first photo, and that is the one where we're in, like, I'm smiling and she's in a bucket hat. I make it big enough so there's no more black on the edges, if that makes sense, but there's still, obviously, the image is not the correct size for a YouTube thumbnail, so there still is a little bit of excess on the edge of black. And if you're wondering, you can make the image a little bigger than your black square, because once you save it, it will crop it for you to the YouTube thumbnail size, if that makes sense. Then I just add another image to fill in that black vertical little excess, I guess. So I just make that the correct size, and as you can see, the TikTok symbol is still there, so I'm just gonna make it bigger and it will crop it out for me and make it the right size. So then I just do some adjustments and make it so like it's not covering any face, and if I need to crop out a little bit, it's okay. Then I save the image, because we're not done yet, but I saved the image, so it will crop it and make it nice and even. Go to photos, and then there you go. You have it the right length, and it crops it because it makes it the size of the black image. I like to have presets on my thumbnails and make them all flow together and have every single thumbnail a preset, but you can keep it the same. This is just how I do it. Personally, I use Lightroom. Lightroom is better than VSCO, just saying. You can do so much more things with it, but if you want to use VSCO, you can. I just press the little image button to add an image from my camera roll, and I click on it. I have presets that I use. I found this girl's presets on TikTok, and then I adjusted them to make them for my liking, so they're not really hers anymore. So I really don't know how to make presets, like give you a link to it, but if I figure that out before this video, I will definitely link them down below. They are my favorite presets that I use. So I just click the little preset button, and I just call it woohoo. Like, I didn't know what to call it, so I just called it that. And it makes it, I don't really know what it just makes it look a lot better. It makes it look brighter, and the before and after is so much better. Like, it looks so much more cute with the preset. And then I just save the image, obviously. And then I go back into Fonto. We don't need this anymore, so I just reset. And then I press the little camera icon again, and I press photo albums, because it's from my photos now, and then I press the presetted thumbnail, not the one without the presets, because that would just be dumb. And then I press done. Now I put text on my thumbnails. I know not everybody puts text on them, but I just personally like it. I feel like it adds a lot to the thumbnail. My favorite text, I just press add text. I just click on the screen and press add text. It's that easy. And I press font. The font I like to use is called Hyvelica New Bold Italic. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's my favorite to use. Then I just type in what I want to type in. And my favorite types of thumbnails are when there is regular font and then you do a cursive font. As you can see, when I made this thumbnail, I put summer day of my life and then I put lake days in cursive. I feel like when you have two contrasting like things going on in your thumbnail, not just one straight across, it's more entertaining and people are gonna wanna click on your thumbnails more. So I'm just gonna type out summer day in the life, and that will be my Hyvelica font. And as you can see, I don't want a white because it's not gonna stand out. You're not gonna look at that thumbnail and be like, and read the white font. Like you want it to stand out, so it's noticeable. I press style, which will change the color, and then I press I don't even know, this is pink color, and then I press stroke, which stroke, if you don't know what a stroke is, it gives it like an outline to your font, so it'll stick out even more and be very bold in your face. I just do the next shade up in that color, so I do the light color, then I do the darker color as the outline, and then I press for the width, I make it thicker, I make it bigger for one, and then I curve the text because I think curving it looks better. And then, of course, I want to put lake days in cursive because it'll be the contrasting cursive and then regular text. So the font I like to use for the cursive is Lane. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry, I'll put it on the screen what it's called, but I don't really know how to pronounce it. So then I'm just gonna put lake days with a few S's, because why not? And then I curve that the opposite direction of the text so it will flow and look good. And then of course I just adjust it to my liking, And that's pretty much how those texts look like. And then as you can see in that thumbnail, I did put a bunch of little tinier text. I like to do that sometimes, like, to explain what I did. So I put like swimming, skincare, whipped coffee, just those little texts on the screen, like in places, because they're not that important, but you still will notice them if you're looking at the thumbnail. I'm not going to show you that because it's really basic. One important thing I wanted to know is that if you see in some of my thumbnails, not a lot of them, but some of them, I will do white outlines around me because it's kind of hard to do. That's why I don't really like doing it a lot because I'm kind of lazy. But let's say, as you can see, the summer bucket list video, I did a white outline around my body, and I just want to show you guys how I did that real quick. So I practically go to this app called Pixar. You probably have heard of it before. So I just press the little plus button at the bottom, and I add the photo I want to put an outline from. Since I'm just doing this photo the whole video, might as well. And I scroll, and I go to the brushes, and I make sure it's just a white, regular white one. And there you go, you can draw on your pictures. I'm not going to go into much depth about this, but I just outlined my head. It takes me a long time, especially because I don't have a fine point stylist, but if you have a stylist, definitely do that. So that is practically how I do my thumbnails. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any more questions about my thumbnails and I just didn't answer them, please let me know in the comments. I will answer them. I will respond. I respond to all my comments, and just let me know if I forgot something, because I definitely could have. If you've seen something in my thumbnails that I've done and I didn't mention it, make sure to tell me. So that's really all I gotta say, guys. Make sure to follow my social medias, like and subscribe, turn on the post notifications, because I don't think a lot of you guys realize that, but so you can be the first to watch my videos. Love you guys. Peace. Hair grease. Bye.
Down, yeah. I've been feeling so down, yeah. Can you tell me why? Can you